of the challenge. Is it 42 days out of 45? It is 42 days. Happy midday lunch check in or mid morning, depending on where you're at, or it might be the evening. So you might be setting goals and intentions for the next day, where some of us, it's midday, it's lunch, it's brunch. And so I'm just checking in with you guys because that's what I've been doing all week and seeing if this is something that I want to include moving forward on my channel. I feel like people are consistently showing up, whether I show up during the day or at night. So I appreciate that. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing like a midday show, but we just might be doing it. So, if you're new to my channel, I'm Diona Reese Williams. I do content around goals and intentions and motivation. But while I do all of that, I give you the behind the scenes of what it actually looks like. I don't want to just talk about setting goals and intentions. I actually want to show you how do I do it. So, anyhow, so for this midday check-in, this is what I've got going for you guys. So every day this week, if you've been catching the live or if you're brand new, you're like, "Well, okay, what have you been doing?" So it is spring break for me. I'm a full-time faculty at a community college, and my friends have been asking me for a long time, like, girl, give us the cheat code. Like, how do you do what you do? So, I have been checking in and sharing with you guys my goals and intentions for the day of what I want to complete. And then I've been checking in with you guys at night to share how did I actually get it done. That's what it boils down to. So, it's a two-part show. You get it midday and then you get it at night. And then for my friends that are in India, you catch this at night and then you catch me in the morning your time when I go back live. So, here we go. As far as yesterday, I had a really great live. I had Dee LaShore. She's my moderator for my channel. She's amazing. And if you haven't checked out her channel, she is a writer. She does screenwriting for not for plays, for movies. She also provides tips and tricks for y'all if you're interested in doing anything creative. She's did writing prompts. She also has a series called Dear Future Husband. Y'all need to check it out. And she is checking out all the dating sites for all of you that are single and ready to mingle. Her channel is the place to be. So, anyhow, another channel that I want to shout out, Asia Marjorie TV. She is a soldier. She's in the United States Army. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's a daughter, she's a sister, but most importantly, she's an amazing storyteller. Seriously. She went live today. I caught her on the live. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I actually caught her." So it was cool. But between my YouTube bestie who's like a writer and then my doctoral bestie over here who is a great storyteller. I'm like, girl, lean into that. You tell amazing stories. And she's just sharing stuff about her life. So if you're looking for content around just like motherhood, motivation, practical things, like her channel is great for that as well. So, all right, y'all are all here to know what am I trying to accomplish today? Well, first off, we have 45 minutes continuing working on formatting for preliminary oral defense, but I got a text and I got an email from my chair today, and I'm actually going to be meeting with my chair within less than an hour. And so basically, I had to send her my PowerPoint, and thank God I was practicing it. Thank God it's on my list of things that I do daily because I actually did a practice run through of presenting the information last night. And I have a couple of things that I need to tweak, but other than that, I'm like, you know, a couple of things that I think I need to tweak, but I don't know what she's going to ask me to do. So, good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you're signing in from. Hi, hello. So I know that I'll be doing some revisions tonight because she's going to give me some feedback on this paper or on the PowerPoint. But it's looking like I have not confirmed yet, but possibly doing the preliminary oral defense next week. We'll see. Also, I'll be working 15 minutes on my bookkeeping course, which honestly, I think I'm going to end up doing all this stuff sooner rather than later. Only because I have a call tonight with my creative partner. And so our call tonight is like from 8 to 10. And so for those of you that are like, oh, are you still going to go live later on? I will go live, but it's going to be a little bit earlier than what I typically do. I'll go live at like 7:30, and so we'll just go from there. But I also have already completed recording my 20-minute YouTube video, or I blocked the time for 20 minutes. So I've already did that for the day. The next thing I need to do is record podcasts, which I will do that shortly, probably after I get off the call with my chair. And yeah, so I'm like moving right along with keeping up with my goals and intentions for this week. And the fact that like my overall goal for the month was to record at least 4 podcast episodes. And I'm like, okay, this is technically day 4, but I have to, I re-recorded the wrong episode on Monday. So anyways, I digress. But my podcast channel or podcast series will be launching sometime in May. I'll be launching at least 8 episodes. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm recording all that stuff now. Something else that I have on my task list of things to do is I need to identify which 8 episodes I want to release in that 8 when I do my podcast release, I need to figure out which 8 episodes I want to release, because I'm prepared to do like 12 episodes. But when you've got a YouTube bestie that knows the industry and how like seasons work, and she's like, girl, you release 8 episodes per quarter. I'm like, duh, I would not have ever thought of that. So it's the little things that make a difference for me. So just having her explain that, I was like, okay, we're only going to do 8 episodes. So I need to prioritize which episodes that I actually want to do. And then from there, I'm going to just focus on basically doing the promotion and all that stuff behind it. So then I can have people that are not just in my YouTube family space or community, but those that are like Facebook and what's the other one? YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. They can also watch or listen to my podcast wherever they're located. So I also need to renew my business license because, hey, D, what's up? Listen, these comment streets have been quiet, which is nice. No worries. I know you are a busy working mom, creative, all the things. You already know I did the commercial break early on. So between you and Asia, I'm like, guys, get over at the channel, check it out. Please do. Um, but I'm going to be renewing my business license because one of the goals that I had for this month is to start really diving into Outback Learning and figuring out what I need to start doing to prepare for it. And so, business wise, my husband and I made like a really huge decision yesterday when it comes to Outback and like where we want it to be located. And here's the thing about business or being an entrepreneur: you want a return on your investment. That's what it boils down to. And when you invest so much and you're investing out of your own pocket, you need to see money coming back. Just like if you have an investor that invests in and they're like, I'm going to invest 20% in, but I want, or no, they're going to invest like $100,000 in, but they want 10% of your earnings. And that's your way of like kind of paying them back. So it's the same thing, except we're investing ourselves. So um, I'm excited about the decision. I'll talk about it more, but as of right now, I'm just excited that we've made a decision. So um, I did. So also when I was doing my bookkeeping course last night, oh my gosh, I've learned so much in this bookkeeping class. It's not even funny. I was like, I'm already making notes. So I had to go to the cabinet and I was like, girl, you need to get the notebook out. And I did 2 things last night. I'm about to drive, but I'm listening to. Okay, no worries. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it, especially because it's a little slow right now. But I'm going to go ahead and get through my content and keep it moving, which you'll be happy to know, or I'm happy to report. Guess who decided to call me today? Or better yet, guess who decided to, why is this upside down? I don't like that this is upside down. Okay, well, there's that. So, guess who decided to reach out to me via text message? My chair. Uh-huh. She sure did. And I'm meeting with her at 1:30 today, so there's that. But I ended up getting my notebook out, my traveling notebook when I go to conferences because I was like, girl, this is a lot of information. And I'm learning about like journal ledger and then general ledger and how you bring the two together. And I needed to start writing some notes because it's very different than how I budget. I know how to like write a budget and do all of that, but this is bookkeeping is different. It's making me work a different muscle. That's what I'm trying to say. And so it's different. It's different, but I'm like, okay, I'm to the point where I need to start writing down like what am I actually doing? So then it can start sticking to my mind and I'm not like so confused every time that I get ready to basically do any kind of bookkeeping. So because I'm to the point like with Outback, it's an LLC and then DRW is like a leg underneath Outback Learning. I just say OBL. So I want to know between Outback, DRW, obviously I'm doing content creation, which is another business, but within like the DRW brand. I need to make sure that my expenses are good. Like I'm balancing these books, the debits, the credits, and all of that because I just see the DRW brand like growing and Outback Learning is about to grow as well. And so I need to make sure that I understand bookkeeping. Could I hire an accountant? Sure, I could. Could I hire a bookkeeper? I could. But I have other friends that are solo entrepreneurs and they have shared with me some of their accounting experiences and bookkeeping experiences and they're not cheap. So, when it comes to money, I like to understand what I'm doing before I ask someone else to do it. There are other parts of business that I'm like, it's okay if I don't learn every single detail on how to do something. I'm okay with that and outsourcing. But when it comes to money, I'm like, no, I think what the elders tell me, I think about my uncle and he says it to me all the time. He's like, when I can't count my money anymore, we got a problem. So for me, when I can't balance my own books or don't know how to do it, or I know how to do it, but I need to do it from a business lens, that's when I know like something ain't right. So I worked on the bookkeeping course and I also shared with you guys one of my overall like monthly goals is Outback Learning. Hi, Oscar. Thank you. We are so blessed to be here today. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. This is great. So, I also worked on my plan for Outback. So, one of the things that I've been when I pretty much have set my mind to do something, and when I start writing it down, this is my way of just trying to sort out my thoughts and try to get some logic around what I'm trying to accomplish. And so I really needed to sit down and look at my calendar for the summer, figure out when am I going to be home, when am I how much are our overall expenses going to be to run this program? So how many children do I need to be in the program to make sure overhead costs are paid for along with making sure that it's profitable? Like all of these things are really important to do. And so I sat down, I looked at potential dates. I didn't dive too much into curriculum, so I was really focusing on like the admin part. So I wanted to kind of think about what are some themes that I want to do for like a summer day camp for kids. What are the times in which I want to have them coming to Outback Learning? And so I'd concluded that I would do things 4 days a week, and it would be two different sessions, like Tuesday, Thursday from like 8 to 10, and then 10:30 to 12:30, and then Monday, Wednesday, same concept. It would only be 4 kids at a time. I also looked into licensing in my state, like if you're operating as a family neighbor friend, that's what they call it, like when you're a family neighbor friend and you can't have more than 4 kids in your program. Um, and deciding whether or not I want Outback Learning to be a licensed program through the state. And even though the license is only $330, I already know that the location of Outback, according to the city, um, I can only have up to 6 children on the property at a time anyway. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I pay for the license, which I'm already going to follow all the regulations anyway, that's one aspect. And then secondly, I'm just like, but if I have a sixth child on site, then I'm required to hire another person. And I'm like, that, see, this is this is where like business, like you have to make some business decisions because I'm like, if you hire another person or contract this other person, you have to pay them, and it's like for $330 to have six children, it's just not going to make money sense like anyways. So in my mind, I'm like, we're going to just stick to the original plan and just continue to be a unlicensed facility, which is fine because I teach. um yeah, they could volunteer. I did do this early on where I had like a parent volunteer. um and that was really helpful. But if you have more than 4 kids, then you have to be licensed. And so I personally don't want to have more than like 4. I was interested in maybe having 6, but then once I read, I was like, dude, I'm not going to have 6 kids and then turn around and have to hire someone. It's not good business sense in the long haul for me. When I can just have 4 kids from 8 to 4 kids from 8:30 or from 10:30 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And basically I could have a total of like 16 kids, but just not at one all at one time. So I can keep the ratio low. They do make it really difficult. They really, really do. And it's frustrating because when I talk to my friends, I mean, I have quite a few friends that are oh my gosh, you had a traffic light. I was like, they do make it difficult. I don't know why my brain was like, oh yeah, Oscar said this. And then I'm like, no, Dee said that. They do make it very challenging. And for someone who is in like the higher ed space of early childhood education, and I've interfaced with these people that make these rules, they, I'll just say this, it's about, the only way I can put it, it's about money. That's all I can say. It's about making money. And it's about in yeah, it's about making money. And for me, it's like I care about the quality and I'm not trying to like hustle a bunch of kids into Outback Learning. If it becomes something bigger, like if it needs to grow, which I don't really want it to grow in that way, um, I wanted to continue to be an intimate space. And the reason being is because I've been in the classroom. I was in public education as an early childhood special education teacher, and I would have up to 17 kids. And out of 17 kids, 15 of the children were on IEPs, just to give perspective. And it would just be 2 adults in the classroom. And these were kids ranging from 3 to 5 years old. That's stressful. That's not fun. I mean, we worked hard to make it a very meaningful experience for all of the children, but it was a lot. That's all I can say. It was a lot. And when I left that space, I had pretty much concluded that I did not want to, oh, it's an individual education plan. So these are children that may have some sort of developmental delay. Um, when you have children with that many needs and you only have 2 adults and you have all of these like regulations you have to follow, it's stressful. And when I left out of that environment, I knew for one, any kind of like, if I ever did any program, it would be outdoors. That was step one. And then step two, I would have like the lowest ratio of children because I was not willing to feel that kind of stress again. It was not easy, Oscar. I'll be the first to tell you. It was not easy. It was a lot. It was a lot. So now I want to figure out ways to launch the program in the summer, but it's not going to run all summer long. It's going to be certain weeks in the summer. And basically, I'll give myself the month of July off from doing Outback. But then I would kick off again in late August, basically, when my semester starts with my own students at the community college, with the idea of basically preparing for like the preschool component of it, because that's really what I ultimately want to do. Um, but yeah, so I just needed to sit down, look at the overall expenses, determine the budget, and then from there figure out how many sessions I need to have in order to make overhead costs, turn a profit, and keep it moving, and keep things afloat essentially while I'm off in July and technically part of August, if that makes sense. So I feel like if and then it's funny because spring break is next week for all of the like kids that are around here. And so I was looking at these different sessions that are being offered, and there's like 1 hour sessions that are like Monday through Thursday, and they're $80 for a week and it's 1 hour. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing 2 hours for two sessions for $80. It's just, I'm gonna definitely look at the market to make sure that I have a good balance, you know what I mean? But I still am just like my heart, I mean, I was a parent guardian for 10 years, and I was always trying to find like great, amazing, unique experiences for our great niece. And I don't want to be like outpricing to where it's like I can't afford to send my child there, but I also don't want to be lowballing myself as well. So I don't know. I'm going to play around with some things and kind of see what I can come up with, but I think I have some good ideas that I'm going to be implementing. So I sat down and I did that, and then figured out some days and times, and then I also was just looking at like where Outback is going to be located and what are some other business things that we could do as a home-based business to leverage that space to like rent it out to people or whatever. So I'm all about, listen, I'm an entrepreneur. I've always had this spirit of being an entrepreneur. And actually, last night, which takes me to my next point, because I only got a few more minutes left before I need to sign off. We'll hit our 30-minute mark. Um, Pardon. So last night, before I did all of this, or maybe it was after, I don't even remember. So you guys remember on Tuesday, I had to take care of my better half. He had a procedure done, and he was still kind of out of it yesterday, but he ended up going to bed pretty early, to be honest with you, which he kind of goes to bed early anyway. But um, something that I said I wanted to work on was our guest room. And so finally, I got that done last night, and I filmed it for my vlog, which you guys will see not this Sunday, but I think the following Sunday, you guys will see that vlog come out. But I had to laugh because I was like, Dee is absolutely right. It took me, when I recorded it, I think it was like, it said that it took me like 12 minutes. That's why I said it was such an easy task, but it was one of those things that was going to felt like it was like taking a while. Hi, Kellen. What's up? Welcome. Another like returning watcher. I've got Dee, my moderator, Oscar and Kellen that are here. Cool. So I got the guest room done. And so I did not do the bar area. After I was done like working in the space, I just basically sent myself to bed. Sorry, I won't really be checking in often anymore since my parents just got. Oh no. Sorry, Kellen. That's awful. Well, are you still working out and making chocolate chip bread? Listen, those bananas are turning. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making banana loaf probably on Sunday, because it was such a big hit at my husband's job. They were like, "Oh my gosh, can your wife make more? This was so good." And I'm like, if the bananas turn brown, and I know that they are slowly turning. I had a banana yesterday. He had a banana yesterday. I made him take one to work, and they're getting too sweet already. And that's great. Yes, so I'm pretty sure that I'll be making some on Sunday for sure. And plus, it's like kind of in high demand between his job and I mean, it was good for us too. Um, so I will work on the bar area today. That's going to be my goal. There's like one box of things that I just need to like put the stuff away. And I said last night I originally wanted to like put it in a different space, but I'm just going to put it right in the bar area. I just want to get rid of the box. That's the goal. I don't want to see any more brown boxes. And I have to be fair because we tried to limit the amount of boxes that we brought over. You know, all those free bags that people give you like all the time. I feel like I get a lot of bags because I'm in education. We used a lot of those bags to transport and move things. Like, no lie. Those IKEA bags, I call them bodega bags. They can carry everything, carry everything. So I'm going to do the bar area and then I will be working on, I need to work on, well, I'm going to say closet organizing phase number 4. Technically, we're on day 3. I think I'm actually going to move the suitcases out of the closet and rearrange the lower levels. Because once I rearrange it, then I can move like the pants where I want them to go and all that other stuff. And then the other thing I had on my list is the dining area, but I honestly think the dining area is going to happen on the weekend. Or I can stack the habit. What I'll do is after we're done eating dinner, I'll go ahead and deal with the dining table. That's probably what's going to happen more than likely. So I'm all about habit stacking. So those are my goals and intentions for the day. Um, I appreciate you guys watching and chiming in. Kellen, sending prayers to you. Sorry to hear this. D, safe travels. Oscar, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna like try to push this through for 30 minutes. And so then I can just wrap up from there. And then maybe D might be home. I don't know. Um, but if you are new to my channel, again, my name is Diona Reese Williams. And if you're catching the replay, I appreciate you watching the replay. And please like and subscribe to my content. Turn on your notification bell. If you're looking for other channels to check out, you can check out my moderator's channel, Dee LaSure. She is talking about dating online. It's a riot, along with Dear Future Husband series, but she's also a writer and she writes movies and is going to have movies releasing later on in the year. Just got to the driveway. Of course you did. She's gonna have movies releasing later on in the year, and so I would say check out her channel if you're looking for like creativity gems and like knowledge, because she's dropping them over there. I can tell you that right now. And then also, I have another YouTube bestie by way of like my doctoral peer. Her and I meet in our peer group. Well, not just us, we meet with other peers. I had to drop off one of Lake's friends, so we got home super late. Oh, got it, got it. Um, but her name is Asia Marjorie TV, and she went live today and held like a steady 9 people. And I'm like, girl, you got to keep showing up, just keep showing up. But she's got great content as well. And she's a soldier in the US Army. Yes, please subscribe to her channel. Please subscribe to Dee's channel. Support us. You know, like people always say, like, oh, what can I do? How can I help? And I'm like, support our channels. And what's cool is when you start to subscribe and like and turn on notification bells, the algorithm will start to show you more channels that are very similar to ours or others. And that's what I found by just simply following Dee's channel and even following Asia's channel. Is it's kind of wild. I feel like I found other channels that are very similar to the things that I'm interested in, and that's been great for me. So, anyways, happy Thursday, happy day 42. I'm either going to go to CrossFit at 4 or I'm going to do a workout at 4 o'clock. Pretty much once I hear from my better half and hear how he's doing, I'm confident he's probably going to drive straight home because I'm pretty sure he's going to be tired. Um, so I feel a little leery about like leaving him, if that makes sense. When he's just feeling that tired, even though he's been to work all day, I just don't want to leave him. I don't know. I just don't want to leave him by himself, if that makes sense. So I'd rather just like be home if something's going on with him. So that's my plan for the day. If he goes to the gym, then I feel like, okay, I can go to the gym too. But I mean, if the gym was open right now, then I would just be at the gym, but it's not open. So that's the real challenge. But all right, guys, it's been 31 minutes. I'm gonna hop off of here. Take care, and I'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to let you know what I got accomplished for the day. All right, take care, guys. Bye.